The air in Munar was always cool and crisp. First entry was dated 1924, almost a century old. The handwriting was elegant, almost calligraphic, and filled with a depth of emotion that leaped off the page. It belonged to a man named Arian, a poet who had lived in the cottage all those years ago. As Mira delved deeper into the journal, she found herself drawn into Arian's world. He wrote with a raw honesty that was both captivating and heartbreaking. He poured his heart out onto the pages, detailing his hopes, his dreams, and his undying love for a woman named Radhika. Arian's words painted vivid pictures of their life in Munar. He wrote of stolen glances amidst the tea bushes, secret rendezvous by the cascading waterfalls, and whispered promises beneath the starlit sky. Their love was a whirlwind of passion and longing, a love that seemed destined to last an eternity. Joys and sorrows resonated deep within her soul. She spent her days reading his journal, her nights lost in dreams of tea plantations and whispered promises. The line between the past and the present began to blur. She felt Arian's presence in the cottage, heard his voice in the rustling leaves, saw glimpses of him in the mist that clung to the hills. It was as if his spirit lingered in the place where he had loved and lost so deeply. One day, while exploring the attic, Mira stumbled upon a wooden chest tucked away in a corner. Inside, she found a collection of old photographs and letters carefully preserved. Among them was a portrait of a young woman with hauntingly familiar eyes. It was Radhika. In hues of orange and purple, Mira was walking through the tea plantations. The air was thick with the scent of jasmine, just as Arion had described in his journal. Suddenly, she saw him. He was standing amidst the tea bushes, his silhouette framed against the dying light. He was exactly as she had pictured him, tall and lean, with a mop of unruly dark hair and eyes that held the weight of centuries. Their eyes met, and in that instant, time seemed to stop. She felt a shock of recognition, a pull towards him that was stronger than anything she had ever known. It was as if their souls had always known each other, their destinies intertwined across lifetimes. A love rekindled. He called her Radhika, his voice a husky whisper that sent shivers down her spine. But she knew deep down that he saw Arion in her too. Their love story, tragically cut short a century ago, was given a second chance. Their love blossomed anew amidst the tea plantations of Munnar. They spent their days just as Arion and Radhika had, sharing stolen glances, secret rendezvous, and whispered promises. It was as if they were picking up right where they left off, their love transcending time and death. He told her of his undying love for Radhika, how her memory had haunted him for a century. He spoke of the curse that had befallen them, a curse that had separated wind howled through the hills and the rain beat down on the roof of the cottage, mimicking the turmoil in their hearts. The curse had returned with a vengeance, threatening to tear them apart once more. They spent their last night together in each other's arms, finding solace in their embrace. He recited his poetry to her, his words filled with a lifetime of love and longing. She listened with tears streaming down her face, knowing that these were the last words they would ever share. As dawn broke, bathing the hills in a soft, ethereal light, he was gone. The curse had claimed him, just as it had promised. He was gone, but his presence lingered in the air, a bittersweet reminder of the love they had shared. A timeless love. Mira was left alone, heartbroken but strangely at peace. She had loved and lost Arion, just like Radhika, her form in her previous birth. But she had also experienced the kind of love that most people only dream of, a love that transcended time, death, and even the cruelest of curses. She continued to live in the cottage, surrounded by the memories of their love. She found solace in his words, his poetry becoming her lifeline. She knew that their love story wasn't over. It was merely a chapter in an epic tale, a tale that would continue to unfold across lifetimes. She would live her life to the fullest, carrying his love with her always. And someday, in another life, in another time, they would find each other again. Their love was timeless, eternal, and it would never truly die.